All right. Welcome back, everyone. I originally was not going to play nor stream tonight, but a couple of things happened that changed my mind. Originally, for those living in the U.S., today is Mother's Day, and I knew I was gonna be tired because I had a wedding to go to last night, so I didn't play last night either, or yesterday either, and then I didn't play today or wasn't planning to. And then two things happened. One, the bigger thing, I guess, is surprisingly my son went to sleep much earlier today than expected. I just realized I have the echo in the background. Or could, since I went to this page right now. Anyways, so that's number one. That gave me the opportunity. The second thing is actually two Cradle pilots actually made the top eight in various challenges this past weekend. So the first one and the second one ran the same list as Lorenzo, but long story short, Lorenzo top eighted with a pretty stock list, I would say. Running four cats. The major difference I would say is he ran three cradles and then two talon gates instead of 4-1 split versus what I run, and then he has a two abrupt decays in the sideboard as a catch-all. I think that's reasonable if you want like the I wouldn't call it hard removal, but flexible removal. In some of these matches where the control and we need to kill like a random Bargoy or whatnot. I think it's like reasonable if you don't want to think too much or have to sequence perfectly to get through an annoying Bargoy or like Graph Digger's Cage or whatnot. Curse Totem if people are playing things like that. But without getting too much into that, shout out Lorenzo for the nice finish. He finished second. He was actually undefeated until the finals, beating Neville Shoot in the Swiss before losing in the finals. Here is my list at the moment. I'm actually not playing any cats anymore, and I'm just on three curators. This is Legacy Raccoons, right? And the reason being is because I think Curator is good enough in the matches where Cat is good, but it's lights out against some of these graveyard strategies, and I think those are more important to address at the moment. And the way things map out actually too is those slots typically board out against most combo matchups. So when I'd rather have a card that is higher impact when relevant. So for instance, either card has to be kept in against Reanimator, and I would rather have this card. This configuration is worse in the mirror. That's should be obvious, right? Like this requires mana. The other one does not, and both have access to white. So the other one combos a little harder. But I've never been somebody who cared about winning the mirror. Like that's just never been my prerogative. If I get paired in the mirror, whether that be Nettle Sentinel versus Reclaimer, whether that be like people playing opposition agent against me. If people want to beat the mirrors or at least advantage in the mirror, so be it. My record, for what it's worth, in the mirror is actually quite good, and I think it's better just focused on clean play than just trying to like scam, so to speak, percentage points in the mirror. Not that I'm saying Lorenzo is doing that or anything, but I'm just saying that has never been my prerogative. I actually have a lot of respect for Lorenzo. Hey, High Star, because he's in my Discord and he's the person I would say that has put the most work into. So we have an extra channel that's for Patreon subs, and where you post what's to play. And he would say, I would say, between he and I, one of us at least, will post the most screenshots. So I've noticed definitely his improvement there, and I'm not surprised. Like now that he's switched back to a natural order version, that he immediately top 8. It's like not surprising to me because I know he's a very sharp player, and now that he has this I win condition back. So I think it makes it easier. I have the Saga package, which he's omitting to. I think he's playing like the 2 decays in those slots. I don't know exactly, but this is a card that I personally like because, like I said, I don't want to be disadvantaged in the creature combo matchup. So like I need Wide of the Reliquary and Reclaimer to have text. And typically the creature combo matchups, they can fog up the ground with chump blocks. So we need a way to shut off their kill. And I think Saga and Wasteland, and to a lesser extent Wasteland does that. All right, let's, if anybody has any questions, they can just post in the chat. But without further ado, I'll just go ahead and start the league. And here's my socials if anybody has questions. Also, shout out to Curran for a 5-0 with mostly, putting his faith in me with almost an identical 75, 74 of the 75. He's not playing the Wasteland, and it's because I told him if he wants extra card against Moon Stompy, then he's more than welcome. So he upgraded the Wasteland to a Dismember, which is, in my opinion, it is an upgrade against Moon Stompy, so that's like reasonable. And he 5-0'd with that. The land, it's copies in the graveyard. No more Echoing Deeps. I think it's a little too cute. We build our decks like the opposite of how Depths builds it. So I don't like really value tutor targets. I think it's better to just have a consistent deck, which like I don't really love one-ofs unless they like swing the game like a collector hoof, so to speak. This is our good friend Tim. I know he's been playing. He typically plays lands. I don't know if he is on it at the moment, but he's a very good lands player. So definitely need to respect that. I think the last time I paired into him, he was on Goblins. So I just kept a generically good hand, thinking he could be on anything, right? And as is the case here with the Meticulous Archive. What's going on? So he Meticulous Archive and then did not bin. So in this case, it's just a tap land. I personally do not love tap lands. When I personally view the format as a turn 3 format. So I don't want any tap lands in the beginning of the game, so to speak, right? Alright, we're going to go turn 1 Safekeeper. Let's see what happens. And then into a, Wild Reliquary that's protected. This might just drop Force or Daze. Spell Pierce is possible too. There's a Spell Pierce. Okay, reasonable. And I think Tim is a good enough player. I think he's taking a break, but it's good enough player to know that Wild Reliquary is a must answer. Not to mention you want to get value out of your Spell Pierce anyways. I think here it's probably removal spell, which we're going to pitch the basic force to the Safekeeper. That would be the only explanation for floating white here. Maybe it's a prismatic ending, maybe it's the swords, I'm not sure. 2 mana. Stoneforge maybe? Okay, they're on Breakfast. Okay. That is reasonable. I think given that they're on Breakfast now, we want to get our Keen Eye to shut that off. And this plays through Daze. Oh, okay. It's kind of brutal. If they have it, they have it. Like, I don't have mana to do everything on the same player. I can't Green Sun for 2 plus Natural Order. Okay, I mean, that's it, right? It is what it is. It's situations like this where I don't love the Natural Order because this can happen, right? Like, they go turn 3 combo with Force Backup. Natural Order, never was part of the game plan, so to speak. Oh, interesting. They're not, maybe they're trying to pull, actually, I don't know. That's interesting. Maybe they drew the combo piece. That's the only explanation, right? Alright, so Natural Order here. If I get a thing, 2, 3, 4. What could they possibly have here? They pitched Narco to Force? No, they pitched Stock Up. Interesting. So if I once here and it resolves, I can still cast. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna fetch and thin our deck. Oops. I'm gonna try to dig for Kenai here, and we found it. I think I'm gonna hit the Ponder. And then hit the Force. No, the Pierce, I guess. And then I'm gonna. Is there a reason to bash is a 2/2? Probably not, to be honest. I don't want to like lose my win condition for no reason here. They must have drawn Dread Return or our Oracle. It's one or the other, right? That's actually a mistake. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I should have pitched the Arbor, and the reasoning is I can eat the Arbor and save mana. But I guess I get the extra mana. I guess I get the extra mana from Kenai anyways. Sorry, for the Arbor anyways, for Natural Order, so. Alright. Let's eat another card. Land, I guess. Is there a creature in the yard yet? I guess not. Maybe eat the swords. I don't think it matters. Alright, now we do it. Seas, which we may or may not care about, I don't know. Reliquary and land, I guess. Trash Panda and Wincon. I think here I'm just gonna play out my Kratos and just have like a million mana, right? And just play around Pierce or whatever they could possibly have. I don't think it's gonna matter. It's gotta be either Oracle or Dread Return, right? Because nothing else makes sense. fine. And I think here I can just eat it and they can't win, right? Well, they could Journey's Return. So I'm gonna go ahead and, well, actually that's not true. I can try to go eat it, and then they're gonna respond, activate, and then I'll activate as well. It should be game. I guess the outlier is if they draw Nadu, right? And then let's go to the next phase. Is there a reason? Let's put them. Well, there's no reason to do this. We'll just pass right now. Just leave up all the mana in the world. They're on a one-turn clock regardless. So I think what I did is correct. So one thing about this deck is, yeah, if you draw your part of your win condition, it's like pretty awkward. Alright, let's bring up my sideboard map, which is just recently updated. We just have all kinds of haymakers, so I'm pretty happy about this matchup, I think, post-board. Pre-board, I think we're probably a slight underdog, because the amount of disruption is slight favors them, and we're a little bit slower. Post-board, we're a lot faster without natural order. Okay, we cut those. Oops, Cephalid Breakfast. Okay, looks like we cut the safekeepers, which is interesting. Natural order package, a forest, that makes sense. Snuff out. Okay, we're one too many cards. What's going on here? Oh, attracts them. There we go. I was like, why are we off? Oh, this is like pretty solid, right? Like, what we're looking for is a mixture. I think this is how you are successful in Legacy now, unless you're just an all-in like turn one combo deck like Oops is you want a mixture of disruption and threat. Ideally, one of these lands would have been not a land. Like we got 3 lands, but I don't think we can mold this hand because we have 1 disruption spell and 2 premium threats. I'm thin first, so my Once Upon a Time is slightly better. Ooh, that's awkward because I'm like very soft to a pithing needle now. Narcomoeba, Brainstorm. Ew. That's awkward. And did they keep? I guess I have to take the Brainstorm. Yeah, I'm gonna lose now. I don't think I'm afforded to like mold a hand, right? I have a piece of disruption and like premium targets. It's just not gonna line up well, and I'm gonna lose as a result. I'm just hoping maybe they draw their win condition or something like that, which maybe they did. Or maybe they think I have Snuff Out. That's the only other explanation, right? Maybe we successfully bluffed. I think we have to play the land here. Play another white. And bash. I think they have one unknown in their hand. I think we have a Talongate still. Oh, interesting. They're playing around. They're giving us a lot of respect. Interesting. I would have jammed, I think, from their perspective already. Like, lead with these two, and then jam the Cephalid Illusionist the following turn. Because that's a lot of respect from their end on us. Maybe because they're respecting the turn 1 Thoughtseize, like, in their defense, right? Like, that's reasonable, I guess. Well, it's too late, too, because the white is out now. I guess we get the Saga now. So, question here is like, do we blink out the Illusionist? If we blink out the Illusionist, we lose to a... We can't stock up the previous turn. I think they did, right? We're building up the Illusionist. We lose to a Nadu. We let this go. They mill the whole deck. We bog them. In response, they Memories Journey, and then they have a... They Memories Journey in response to the bog. Once the Dread Return targets it, and then if they have a draw spell, then we lose, right? They just put the well, actually that's not. Yeah, they put the Oracle back. I think we go for it now. Oops. Oh, they have the Nadu plan that we just lose then. If... Maybe they had everything. I don't know. Like it's hard to say. I guess we can check right now if they have memory journey, but it's very awkward for sure. Okay, so they drew the Dread Return. Jeez. How awkward for us. Maybe we should have seen that coming. Why they didn't jam? But okay. I'm just gonna let that resolve. No mods on core, so they can't draw more here. Um. If I target that, we have a chance. I didn't do the math yet, but so they blocked the 5/5. I think we have it outside of like some kind of removal I'm not foreseeing. Because this is going to be 10 here, exactly. All right. There's an asterisk on this win. I definitely felt like Tim maybe didn't know our line, or you know, got a little bit unlucky. Obviously, drawing the combo piece to so take that for what it's worth. There's definitely an asterisk on this game. Both games actually. All right. I'm gonna take a quick rest break. Nice, Romar. Hopefully it's going well. So you can, spread the good word, so to speak. We are 1-0 tonight. No, actually, it was I who misplayed. So the misplay was I should have given my opponent the benefit of the doubt that they weren't over respecting my top deck, and the misplay was I should have recognized that, and then because of that, I don't need to play around the Cephalid illusionist combo, and I can just phase out the I can just phase out the no mods in response. Small sales, but I think keeping NO packet versus URL might be correct. Interesting. That one is hard to say, Ramar. Like, we can. Why do you think that's the case? My experience is unless you get really unlucky, I feel like your fair game plan is gonna beat the Delver fair game plan. But there's an onus on us, for what it's worth, to sequence properly. Okay, if I go turn 1 Hierarch, they bolt it, we're probably in trouble. So I think this is probably mulligan. This is worse. But I think, well, with the talent gates back, sees into natural order later on, maybe it's fine. My experience against Delver is, as long as you don't lose to yourself, you will beat them. So that's my logic for boarding out natural order. That's like one way you lose to yourself. I wonder what. I guess a hierarchy here, the ramp. We're gonna go turn 1 C's into turn 2 C's plus hierarch, turn 3 natural order maybe. Ooh, Jesus. Well, I guess we take the card that kills us, right? The Blood Moon. Everything else actually doesn't really do anything, I feel. Shatter Skulls, whatever. Yeah, the I win is nice. I will say that. Like, you don't have to think much. Count to 4, they're dead. Thunder Eruption, sure. Alright, what do they have here? That's easy. Take the 1 relevant card. And they're on a 1-turn clock. We have natural order flying down next turn, and if they don't answer it, they're just dead. Okay. Alright, they're just dead. That's game. I don't think they can be an Atraxa. Actually, I'm gonna back up 1 second. There is one disastrous thing that could happen. I don't want to jinx it, but I think everybody knows what I'm referring to. I was gonna say there is one disastrous thing that could happen. Do I want a Reclaimer here, or do I want a Hierarch? Probably the Reclaimer, right? Like, Collector Oof seems good. Green Sun. Fetch. Do we want a white? I actually don't think so. Like, presumably our Atraxa survives here. Even the Fury are like Atraxa. You can't even kill it, right? Yeah, I don't want to jinx it. I think everybody knew what the disastrous thing was going to be. So by pitching the Hierarch there, I don't need to take white because Reclaimer kind of does the same thing, and then it allows me to take Collector Oof to like shut out their outs, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. They're one short. Actually, how much is Pyroglorf right now? That could be relevant. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think they could, in theory, Pyroglorf us. So let's not even block. Come on. I was playing around the Pyroglorf. This is, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And I just don't like randomly lose for no reason. And that's actually a very good top deck. Alright, we're gonna get the Safekeeper to like lock up our board first, so to speak. Yeah, let's just play everything out. I don't think it matters. We have enough pitch where I don't think it matters. Yeah, it's, again, right? This is like almost like playing Delver. You stick one threat and just ride to victory. Yes and no. Because I don't really want to be spending my mana doing that, but like, yeah, it could be, right? I mean, that's fair. I know. Actually, not would be, is already. He knows about this. he not would be, is already offended. All right, what are we doing here? I don't think Reclaimer is good in this matchup, so I'm gonna board all of them out. But Bog is gonna come out. I actually like Nido and Wasteland. Nido just hits like one of their relevant targets. I don't like Saga against a Blood Moon deck. And what do I miss? Oh, the Wasteland, just another land that, you know, potentially gonna shut them off. Reclaimer, I love me myself a Reclaimer, but I think just too slow in this matchup. Everything else seems reasonable. But yes, Ollie Rad would be extremely mad, and that would be has been very extremely mad at me in the past. This is an interesting hand. If they had Blood Moon, our hand doesn't do anything. Like literally, does not do anything. I think so. A Snuff Out on a Bombardiers wins games. A Thoughtseize sometimes matters, sometimes does nothing. And even when it matters, it's not necessarily great. I feel like I can't. Well, maybe I keep it and lead with Fetch. The Snuff Out is like very high variance. It either will win me the game or this hand just like will not do anything. I think we're just gonna keep it because variance is good against these like inconsistent decks. The Moon is here, we just lose, but that's the case regardless. I think here we're... This is tough because... This is tough because I don't want them to... I don't want to give them the information before they loot by playing the Bayou. But at the same time, then they can like dig for a moon. I'm just like screwed, right? I feel like I kind of have to do this. And so that I mess up their looting before I snuff out their shaman token. I mean, yeah, like I said, if I give them the information, they're going to know to keep Blood Moon and dig for it. And then I'm just like screwed, right? Interesting. They might be anticipating that this ring matters, or sorry, not ring. That this they might be hopefully counting on this extra mana, and I'm gonna snuff out here. Hopefully they can keep Blood Moon. If they did, we lose. But I think our hand is all in on that. If they moon us here, we lose. But Chalice. Okay, a useless card against us. Does this price you in playing Night next turn instead of Wastelanding? I almost wonder if like if we waste the Fisher, we might just win the game. Well, I don't get why this prices me into Night next turn. I feel like the Wasteland here could just win the game potentially. The problem is, am I hitting Night or am I hitting Fisher? That is the tough part. They have 8 soul lands in their deck. They have way more red sources. Not to mention, their 2s don't really do anything. Yeah, let's do that. So they did have the red source. This hand would have been significantly better if I had a 1-drop, but drew too late. I think here we just go Curator. It's a 3/3. White is only a 2/2 here, and nothing else sticks. So I think I'm just gonna go Curator here. Ooh. Okay, if they copy a Bombardier's, oh my god, this is a tough decision. We just waste their mana for a turn, I guess. I'm not sure that's correct. And maybe Kiki Jiki is just too strong. Maybe we just like live with this, but this is like very dangerous too. So I mean, we're screwed either way. There's no line for us here to just bash. We just hope they don't have any relevant targets. If they fear here, we're just screwed. Well, actually, maybe not. We're actually just out of Fury range to kill both. So maybe they just Fury the Keen Eye. Bombardiers. Jeez, alright. What am I eating here? Probably just Tomb. I don't know. I wonder if we're favored now. Oh my god, not that. That is a bad. That's bad for us. But we have a in combat trick that could be relevant. What is pass? We can't attack them here. If they play a creature, we can just like flash in the Talon Gates and then kill them the next turn. That's our line here. Sure. They have to kill us here or else they lose, right? So they have to play 2 threats more or less. Actually, and they have to kill us here because the ring's going to kill them otherwise. Unless they have some kind of ring disenchant that I'm not aware of. Sure. Okay. So here they probably pitch the ring so they don't die. And I'm going to phase it out. I mean, Chalice didn't do anything, right? Like this is not changing the game more or less. I think they're just dead here. Yep. All right. Easy enough. I don't think Chalice matters. Like I said, the 1-drops are not really going to decide these games. The way I attack these Ancient Tomb decks is like, okay, if you're going to try to high roll me, I'm going to try to low roll you, right? I didn't want to do that until I need to. For 2 reasons. 1, I don't want to give them information, and 2, in case I draw Force of Vigor, like it could be relevant down the road. I will sometimes do that, but I didn't think it was worth it there yet. Mostly I don't give my opponent information. The Atraxa is kind of bad. The rest of the hand could be okay, but it's like really relying on hitting another black source. If they bolt the turn 1 Hierarch, then I'm just kind of screwed because this is like a half mulligan here. If I lead with Ignoble, maybe it's okay. I feel like it's kind of dicey with the Collector Goof as a second, and I'm just gonna put this back. Ugh, this is worse. Actually, this is actually okay. I take that back. Put the Arbor back. Go turn 1 Seize, turn 2 Hierarch, turn 3 Natural Order. Okay, I'm glad oh. Ugh. Fatal Push, Bowmaster's Ponder. It's kind of awkward. We can play around the Bowmasters, I guess. Or do I just take the Ponder so they don't have a threat? Actually, I don't want the push because that makes my plays kind of awkward. Like if I draw a 2-drop or something. They're gonna leave up Bowmasters. I'm just gonna like let them waste their mana, or not. I'm gonna do that. So this turn 2 here could play out any number of ways. If I play a Hierarch, I just let them waste mana doing nothing with their Bowmasters, and then I set up a following turn. It really depends what I draw here. Normally I don't mind a Bowmasters, but in this case I do because I don't have a way to punish it as much. I'm going to make them waste their mana because I can go end step Once Upon a Time. I mean, they probably put the Assassin's Trophy away. That looks horrendous against us. pretty annoying that they got to do that. Pretty annoying. I got a free card out of it. Ooh. I think I'm gonna just get Black Source. They have Assassin's Trophy. I don't want to like draw the, you know. I think we just triple spell here maybe. And they don't have Bowmasters. I just don't care. I think here, they're just 2 mana, do nothing. I'm gonna push our Hierarch. That's annoying. So I think they anticipated, because we played around their Bowmasters there. I think they anticipated that we were going to what is it called? Ugh, that is annoying. That's really annoying. I think they anticipated that we were going to play a 2-drop. Instead, they had to push one of our dorks. We're all in on this natural order now. So this is like basically a combo deck. I think people label us as Maverick for some reason, but we're more or less all in. Ugh, this is awkward. I don't think we have a choice though. We can't spend another turn. If they kill our there's too many things that can go wrong next turn. Ugh, would have loved to keep the Safekeeper, but not meant to be. The Uro here is kind of awkward. Would we take a Bog, actually? Okay, if the Assassin's Trophy attracts we get rid of the Earl. If they Earl, they can't assassinate the thing. So I think that's the line. It's yeah, they have to choose. It's one or the other. They either get the Earl or they deal with the Atraxa, but then we deal with the Earl. Tough choice for our opponent here, right? Do you get the Earl in play? Or do you deal with the Atraxa before the Sylvan Safekeeper comes down? I think they got to deal with the Atraxa, I would have to imagine. I think that's what's going to happen right now. We shall see. They loam, interesting. Alright, they're gonna loam into trophy. That makes sense, I guess. They loam, what do they get? Demeter colors? What the heck is going on? Sure, I guess. I guess they didn't want. Maybe they probably put the Assassin's Trophy away. Now that I think about it. I think we take the one relevant card. the assassins, like, do we? I think we care, I guess. Bowman. Well, let me think about that. Yeah, I actually think I'm leaning towards snap actually because my line is gonna be safekeeper into white anyways, and then I'm gonna bog them. So like, well, actually, and then if I bog them, like the removal is gonna be turned off. I don't think these cards really matter, and this could matter later. Yeah, I don't think I care about the other stuff. Like the removal is gonna be turned off. Like I'm gonna go safekeeper into. I guess if they draw force, then that like is relevant. Very awkward if they draw force here. Don't care. It's an irrelevant card against us. That is a chump block duty right now. They're gonna assassin trophy this in response to, and not gonna work. Not going to work. I think it's game. I'm gonna call it right now. It's game. Called shot. What are we afraid of here? I better not attack with this. I think what is the likelihood they could possibly have endurance? Low, I think. And even if they do, we have an answer. We're gonna waste our Credo. I think that's fine. I don't think we care. I should, I guess, pitch in response in case they have sorcery speed removal. I think we get the layer here. What's the safekeeper? Oh yeah. I figured I would be. I figured if anything, they have instant speed removal. I think it's just game, to be honest. Like I don't think there'd be. I don't think Deed even wins from this board state. Yeah, for sure, Mario. Like I could have done it, but I figured there's no way I'm getting punished here. Like this is how ridiculous this card is. I called game like 3 turns ago. It's like I already know it's over. I don't even think Deed is working at this point because I'm gonna just flash it out or phase it out. Right? They play Deed, pop it for 2. I phase out white. They're dead anyways. Like that is the A plus B combo in this deck. It's like white plus safety. Like good luck beating that. Alright, no collective oof. What do we want here? Looks like they're just on bug, like, value. I don't think endurance is the way we beat them. I think we just become a combo deck and they just can't beat our combo. Not to mention we have Keen Eye for, like, graveyard hate already. So endurance is kind of redundant with that. Maybe the first endurance. I don't know. Wasteland is just another land. Actually, I don't think I love endurance now that I think about it. Like, how did that game play out? We just like stick one threat and win, right? Like they have Snapcasters and like Loam. What did we discard? Bowmasters. Yeah, I don't think endurance is what I want. I think I just rather try to cheese with a high wasteland. Let's go. Oops. Ooh. So the problem is this has to see a black source. And if it does, then we have a virtual 3-card, maybe draw a 4th. Maybe it's okay, right? Like we go turn 1 C's, turn 2 C's, turn 3 natural order. Sorry, turn 4 natural order. Let's keep it. I think I can see this working out. Ugh, that's not what I want to see though. So if I take the dork here, they remove it. So I have 3 dead cards in my hand. I think I have to open up my hand with C's. If they veil me here, it's just a disaster. Maybe I should go on with... Actually, yeah, I think I have to do this. Brainstorm response, maybe? Oh my god, they're gonna veil me. Alright, we're just dead, I guess. The one of. No, that's just, oh my god. Veil's actually typically very bad against us too. It just happened that we're priced into that play there. But sometimes that happens. Like, against this deck, I would rather ramp turn 1 and then turn 2 Thoughtseize. The problem is, like, my hand couldn't afford to make that line, and then we got, like, super punished by the Veil there. Now, they could have honestly held the Veil turn 2 as well, and then we get punished then. But it feels worse having it happen on turn 1. What a blowout. And then they wasted us too, so the other C's is like off. I don't think it's incorrect. I think they probably just don't have enough good cards. And you just want to high roll a card. I think it's not the worst. Okay, this is obvious Veil again. I'm not gonna get got a second time. And just pass here. I think it's correct for what it's worth, because it's a blowout, right? Oh, we're gonna try to like back to basics us or something? Or Harbinger us? What's happening here? Why do you gotta do that? Okay, so they want to return a land, which is the Wasteland. I think we keep our dork and like... Because this represents 2 mana with the Cradle. And then they can get their Wasteland back. Like, it is what it is. We're hoping to top deck a land here. And then we can go seize into natural order. Didn't happen. I don't think we're allowed to just run in natural order for no reason. I think it has to be protected. Sure. I feel like a sweeper could be coming, but I don't know. The thing is, they're most likely going to waste this here. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Interesting. I guess we take it and they have nothing? That doesn't seem great for them. I think the line here is like slam white, and if they sweep, they sweep. So if we go. So the other line is like once upon a time, 1 mana floating, and then like what am I getting though? Like at 1 mana floating, I can't really do much else. I think we just slam a white, not play around whatever they're protecting in their hand, and hope that gets there. Maybe it's a removal spell. I don't know. I guess we find out now. Okay, they waste us. They hit the cradle, and maybe they have a deluge or something. I don't know. It's probably a removal spell. I would guess that they're protecting. That cannot be right. The game's over now. They just made a game-losing mistake. Like, we have a cradle here. We're just like gonna run everything out, I guess. They could top deck removal, I guess. But we have a natural order coming down soon. Delta. If it's a irrelevant card, then like it is now. I think we have to let the curator go. Yep. Alright, game's over. No, I need the mana for natural order. We know their hand, right? We have full information. Yeah. Easy peasy. Get some water. We're probably winning that game regardless, but our opponents sealed their fate when they, for some reason, went after the Reclaimer instead of one of the Reliquary. Maybe they think, oh, if I have the sack creature, it's not that great for us. Maybe they haven't played against that card before. But actually, that doesn't make sense either because, like, Wild Relic card just pretty much went the distance game one, right? Maybe they didn't feel it that way, but we called the game was over, like, you know, 3 turns before it was actually over. So Wally, why is it mind-boggling gameplay earlier? Just because you just like stick a threat and win? It's kind of what this deck does. That's why I jokingly said this is like Green Doomsday, right? You just stick one threat and just the game's over. Whether that be like white, Reclaimer, Keen-Eye, Natural Order, just like all bombs, right? This is like Moon Stompy too, I guess. Maybe we could call it Doomsday Stompy. Then Green Doomsday. Yeah, it is. This is pretty good. This is just completely broken. BroccoliDay, I like it. Yeah, it is. I'm afraid this card may get banned one day when people realize how good this card is. It's not really a toolbox, right? I mean, it is, but not really. You're always getting the same card. Like it's always Guy's Cradle. It's like it's a Mother of Runes. You don't need to actually fetch the Talon Gates because if you untap with white, it's probably already over. So like it just stays in your deck most of the time. I guess Bog is a toolbox, and then Lair is just like to help you clean out the game quicker. But this deck is like built the complete opposite of how Depths is built. Like you just want like 1 to 2 targets, and you're always getting the same thing. Like you don't need this cute stuff like Echoing Deeps and whatnot. Yeah, this is like Delver, right? Like BroccoliDay, Delver, whatever you want to call it. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely enjoyed the last game that we just played right now. Like where, our opponent just like their hands weren't bad. It's just like this is reclaim. I'm not reclaiming. White is a hell of a card. Our opponent is a known Reanimator player, but for the exercises of this stream, I'm gonna pretend like I don't know what they're on. So this is like a generically good hand. Actually, it lines up okay against Reanimator too. Like if their hand is slower, but I'm gonna pretend like I don't know what they're on. Okay, they have the tempo start. Because they led with basic island, I kind of want to stick a white, but then it's like awkward for sequencing. I guess. Yeah, I think this is. We just take the risk. They waste us, they waste us. If they force our days into waste, then we just live with it, right? They force our days into waste. This Bowmaster's probably, yeah. Sure. I think we're gonna play the Cradle because we're gonna pretend like we can play through days with endurance. It could backfire and it forces them to force. That's the problem, right? Yeah. It could backfire on us, like I said. They're probably gonna dig with their clue token for a wasteland, and we're just like, oh my god, we're in trouble. We are in big trouble. Yep, there it is. We probably lose regardless if they force our dork when we don't have a land drop. I think in hindsight, like, unless I have the endurance in hand, I shouldn't play my Cradle, but I was like hoping my opponent had the days and they're smart enough to realize I can pay through days, and that's their read. But we're probably just gonna lose regardless. To be fair, I think we would have lost regardless because they have a bunch of chump blocks. I think they're on. Well, maybe on the. Actually, they're on Nethergore, so they're not on Reanimator. Safe play might have been to just like strand the Wilder Reliquary, given that we had 3/1 drops. Um, I think live and learn, right? I didn't want to really strand the white, but there was a fail rate to that hand, so might have been a mistake in hindsight. All right, we're just dead. All right, the Nether Dwarfs is good information, so we know they're not on some like pivot not doomsday, reanimator plan. I think I'm gonna board out the natural orders. I think we can beat them fair. We just made the wrong decision there. I think fairy's probably okay. Actually, I think I want snuff out like 2/2 split with Thoughtseize. Possible. I can see actually maybe just no Thoughtseize. Actually, no, that's not right. So 2 seizes. We're missing a card here, I guess. Oh, we boarded the Green Sun by accident. Wasteland and Saga, I don't think are moving the needle, pun unintended. Yeah, I think we'll just go with this. The fairy's just a blowout. Trying to high roll. Alright, keep. I think I'm gonna go buy you fetch Once Upon a Time Ignoble, and then play into removal with Noble Hierarch. Let's try not to lose against Demir. It's kind of embarrassing if we do. Do we want a Reclaimer here or a Cradle? Probably just get hit the land drop naturally, right? Safekeeper's pretty good here too. Yeah, I think we just hit land drops. Yeah, except we have Seas in hand, so like it's less stress on the Safekeeper. Sure. We got the Reclaimer anyway, so that's good. Edict Days Ponder. What do we care about here? I don't actually think we care about Kaido. I think it sucks against us. The Jays. Do we care about Days? I feel like maybe not. The Edict is probably... Well, if they're going to tap out for turn 2 Edict, that's got to be horrible, right? Like, maybe we just take their Ponder. If we take their Days, we can just, like, tap out here, which I kind of want to do. But then... Okay, we're not going to respect Days. Edict seems horrible too. I'm going to take their Ponder. I'm not going to sweat it. I'm not going to respect the rest of their hand. I don't think the rest of the hand is going to beat us. I think we get the Black Source here. If they want a Daze, so be it. Now they can't play the Edict, right? It's even better. Like their hand is most likely Wasteland now. No, what are they gonna do? They're not gonna Wasteland. So they're probably gonna try to Edict us. That's also fine, I think. I think we can fetch right now. We're gonna wait till they're upkeep and do it. Because they're gonna bin with us with the Flooded Strand. Oh, I didn't set my stop. That's might hurt. I think I want to do that into endurance. We're a little bit punished if they brainstorm into force or something like that. I should have set the stop at the end step, but I forgot. That's okay. If they want to waste us here, I don't think we care. We have 2 Reclaimers online, and then their Tameo is now like they have to draw a push, otherwise they can't attack, right? Sure, I don't think we care. They can't attack. We bash with a Reclaimer. Ooh, even better. Thank you for the sub, Prideful One. We're on a 3/4 tribal, right? That just unlock our mana, I guess. Top deck whites are now offline for the time being. That's annoying. Sure. Speaking of the devil. Should we just hit for 12 here? That can't be right. I would have to ask Mott's if the correct play here is hit for 12. Or leave Reclaimer up. Sure. What are we doing here? This is the land I wanted anyways, ironically enough. Not this. Sure. Pass. It's a little bit awkward. If they have a fatal push up. It's a little awkward. They have a fatal push up. Then they can like sack the board and then Bargo attacks next turn. Okay, that's an interesting one. So now if they have a fatal push, kill my creature. Bargo's is 3/4. I can like swing with awe. I think I can pass. What am I doing here? So the thing is, like, it's if they have the removal spell, then this is gonna be a 3/4 regardless, and then I don't have lethal, so I think I have to pass turn again. They held 1 mana up, so I have to assume that they have it. I think I'm gonna go all in here. They force, okay. I don't think there's a reason to waste the Cradle here. They're all X3s, and then the Bargoyf is off. We're just gonna run them all in now. I don't think they can kill everything. All right, let's try to get Day in 3. Question here is like, do we want Seize or Snuff Out? Snuff Out, like, we're gonna try to high roll and like line up the Snuff Out and the Thoughtseize. This is a shout out to Mike Reed here. That's a suggestion he mentioned. I kind of like that, and the floor is like still pretty high because you only can draw one of each. And then Natural Order, I don't want to just like randomly lose the cage. And like they seem to be running like 3 copies right now, so I'm gonna like sideboard juke them and board out the Natural Order. Wasteland, probably not. I think we want to have our lands, our threats, right? And then like try to high roll the what is it called? The fairy. Oh, no threat. They are already behind. Question here is, I think we lead with once to see if we hit a 1-drop. We do. We do. So we get a Cradle here. What's the line here? We go turn 1, Green Sun. Actually, if we get Cradle, I think we're almost priced into Bayou. Because then we have to like try to go turn 2 white into Cradle, into Curator. That's not optimal. I think Reclaimer is actually correct here. So we can double spell next turn, guaranteed. And then we play defensively here. There's a decent chance they let this go. I don't know. I think the reason to get Reclaimer here is we have to guarantee double spelling next turn if they don't bolt the bird. Looks like they're going to let it go and Bowmasters us potentially. Or whole removal for white and Reclaimer. It's possible we're just supposed to get a fetch land there and just like hit land drops. This is Bowmasters probably. Yep. I think the line here is like Keen Eye pass. And play around Wasteland? Or that, yeah. So if we had taken a fetch land, it would be a lot better because our next turn we still can't double spell, but we'll have a land drop. The Once Upon a Time now has to find a land drop. If we don't hit one. If we hit a land drop, we get rewarded, right? Because now we can double spell. I think we can double spell here. Another days, okay. Sure. Hey, Everin, thank you for the raid. Yeah, I think it's gonna haunt me that I didn't get a land. I think it's gonna haunt me that I didn't get another land. Sure. I think they're gonna hopefully run out of gas soon. We need to hit another land drop here. Maybe they didn't have Wasteland. We played around for no reason. There's the land. How many removal spells can they possibly have now? If this sticks... Oh my god. That's not what I want to see. Yeah, I think not getting the land there is a mistake. It might cost me the game. So this one's on me. Should have hit the land drop there and then, because I have a bunch of twos. I was concerned about not double spelling on turn two, but then there's a good chance we hit. We can use the extra land for an arbor anyways. Ugh, alright, we're just dead. Alright, my fault. It cost us the game this. I think we would have won, but that's okay. Live and learn. Ugh. Yeah, I think if I had just taken the third land with that Once Upon a Time, we'd probably win this game going away. But better make the mistake here than when it really matters. But not having the third land meant I couldn't play the, what is it called? I couldn't play the raccoon earlier, and I would have had the fourth land earlier, so that I would have been able to play knight instead of digging for the land, right? I ended up top decking it anyways, but we could have had the second knight out a full turn earlier, and they didn't even have. It's pretty unfortunate because we did not play around Wasteland and we got game one, and we played around to game two and they didn't have it. Well, our black sources are not on. I think I feel good about the matchup though, given how the game played out, and then pilot error, right? All right, we have a combo here, right? Turn one Thoughtseize, turn two Knight. Interesting. Do nothing hand. I don't think I care about the needle. We're gonna play the white, bait out the needle. Oh, they're gonna play turn one to save mana. They probably name Knight. Anyways, we'll see. Yep. And then we're gonna go turn three collective and try to end the game. This, yeah, I feel like we just curve out here. I could rush the natural order up a turn. I'm not sure what that really buys us, to be honest. I'd rather get the collective just like shut up all their stuff next turn. Glacial Jasmine, that's a new one. Sure. So again, we're gonna spam. All right, see ya. Thanks for hanging out. All right, F6. Ugh, I think I'm getting arthritis or something in my wrist. If they don't have an out for the collector, and there's only at most 3 left in their deck, I guess maybe a Karn could be an out, depending what they have. But this collective might just run away with the game here. We'll see. Soul Guy, eat our land, shrink reclaimer, sure. They probably play like Glimmer Post. Yep. Maybe Karn if they have it. Yep. It's annoying. Okay, they protect the Karn. Um, Natural Order doesn't even kill. Well, it depends what I draw. Actually, I can do it regardless. Now that I think about it, because I'm gonna pitch the Reclaimer. We can phase this out. White's 3. This brings us down to 1. They tick up again. Yeah, let's do that. I got the line here. Safekeeper is insane right now. Green Sun wants Cradle. Done. Oops. Nope. Oop. What? Did it just freeze? There you go. What am I getting here? Oh, I guess I can get an Arbor. And then pitch it, grow the white. That's pretty neat, actually. And take the Karn off the board. We beat the bug player, like, easily. I don't think a white matters here. I'll just take that, I guess. Might be game. The Safekeeper protecting the Collective, and like the ring is shut off. Like I don't know how they win from here. I don't think they do. Like, quite frankly. Yeah, that doesn't scare me. That does not scare me. Oh, my wrist is like killing me though. Sure. What am I doing here? Just playing that. I didn't tag with a Reclaimer there because I want to get a lair, make it an X1, and then grow it. If they don't have any blockers. Yep. Presumably, well, maybe not. They went Ensnaring Bridge. Actually, Fleshraker should be in their deck. We're gonna board in all this nonsense against them. Keen Eye, not good in this matchup. Bog, nope. Talon Gates, no. Oops. That's not what I want to do. I think white actually comes out because the play patterns. I want to upkeep Reclaimer for Saga, and you cannot do that with white as easily. Jukabog, what else? Basic Forest, I guess, is coming out. There's not that many creatures, but Natural Order, I feel like, should get the job done. Yeah, I'm kicking myself losing to the Demir player, but I probably messed up, and now I know, like, I should just keep a land and then, like, turn on all my stuff, like, late game. This is, like, reasonable. You have turn 1 Snuff Out Protection into Collector Oof. Probably the Cradle. And then we're gonna like fake out like pauses to pretend we have Force of Vigor up. Tabernacle, okay. That makes me regret not having the white. They must not like playing against creature decks because otherwise it doesn't make sense. Ooh, that's pretty good. I don't know if I want to blow up that map though. I guess I should have like if they want to waste 2 mana, so be it. I don't think I care. Sure. Sure. I think this is where I blow up their stuff. Wasteland, sure. Wow, that's really good. There's no point. I'm gonna get the Collector Oof. They're gonna hit the Cradle, there's no doubt. I guess I'll just get the Bayou just in case. They want to waste us, I don't think we care. We just pay for everything. The only card that really matters here is, to be honest, the Collector Oof. Actually, I should pretend like I have Force of Vigor up too. My hand is... Okay. I need to like get better practice with this keyboard because I just like messed up my wrist completely. Thank you for the raid, by the way, Everin. Hope your wedding was great, by the way. All right. Definitely doing this. Question here is like, is that worth saving the reclaimer? Probably. Probably. We attack with both just in case. Sure. 3, 4, 5. They're getting into areas where they have outs now to the collective. I think we do this now and then eat the cost later. Yeah, I think we're just gonna sack our whole board. I think it's fine. I don't think we care about this. It's not what's deciding games. Oh my god, but that is killer though. Oh my god, they had the command too? Punished for not doing a turn earlier. Oh, they didn't even... Wow, they're not even exiling this. What is going on? Interesting. I guess they have a lot of mana from the Cloudpost mana already. I'll die on the hill that Eldrazi spawn tokens should be artifacts. Should have been shut off. Oh, they have a second command. That's what it is. That's the only explanation. Or they just don't have as much artifacts as I thought. Because it's not making any sense otherwise. Okay. They just not have Fleshbreaker? Very interesting. It's very interesting for sure. They just not have Fleshbreaker. This is annoying. What's the one card that we see? Another Wasteland? No. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Oh, it's in their hand. Never mind. It might be the that one thing that kills it, the cruiser, the vehicle. I guess that's okay too. Oh, it just occurred to me that's gonna kill my collective because of the tabernacle. I think we're just dead. Don't think we can beat that. I would like to know more about their deck, though. Maybe we misboarded. Maybe they'll slip up some information to us. My wrist is killing me, though, from poor posture. Let's see how much information they give us, if any. Like, do they realistically have enough space for all the stuff that they include with Fleshbreaker? Flute. Wonder what they name. Wonder what they name here. Snuff out. How funny. Alright, they're gonna play around the snuff out now. I think game 3 I'm gonna board it out. I think that's the idea. Okay, we don't want them to see that. I think they're gonna play around snuff out now, so I think I'm gonna pivot around that and bring back the white for pressure, and just like the snuff out was just dead in my hand, right? So I can like waste them too with. Oh, this is like hell of a hand. Keep. They have to respect it too. They saw we brought it in game 2 already. I think our hand here is we're gonna turn 1 Dork, turn 2 Sylvan Safekeeper and Collective, and then hopefully that runs away with the game. Wrist is killing me. That again? How many are they playing? Let's do that. The layer's gonna come and tap later on. Actually, let's do this. So I can just like vomit my hand. The layer's not gonna matter until later, so that's fine. This way the collective can start paying for everything and the reclaimer can go off, so to speak. So I want to see if I draw. Ooh, that is a really good draw. I was gonna see if I draw the pithing needle, and because I don't, I'm I'm gonna get Saga now. So I can get the needle on next turn. Here, hit the Tabernacle to unlock my mana. I think the Saga here is going to name Karn. And we're threatening now a Traxa soon. The Green Sun's probably going to get a Sealed and Safekeeper to start to cut off outs. I didn't really want to play through a Tabernacle here, even though I can. So here, this is 3 mana, 4 mana. If I use 3 of it to make a creature, then I only have 1 left. That's not gonna let me do everything I want, so I'm just gonna let this go away. I don't think it matters. And then I'm definitely gonna use this mana. So 3, yeah, I think I'm gonna get Safekeeper right now and see what they do. I'm messed up. I messed up. I could have gotten a Traxa. Now I'm like screwed up. Okay, that's fine. And well, Reclaimer's already done his job. There's nothing left to tutor, so I'm just gonna take the damage. Right? Lair's out on the field, Wasteland's gone, Saga's gone, there's nothing left. How much mana is this? Do we have lethal or no? So 4, 5, 6, that's 5 plus 10, 11. We're 1 off, so it doesn't matter. Are we playing around a flash blocker here? 4, 7, 8. No, we're not. I don't think they have anything. I'm not respecting that. there's an argument to be made. We don't even need to play the white because then we cut them off Ancient Tomb. I think it's game, but I don't want to speak too soon. Yeah, in hindsight, it might have been a mistake to play the white. Just like cut them off another mana. Um, we went 4-1. Probably should have been a 5-0, but we threw the third game against Tempo, which should be a good matchup. It's the most awkward of the Tempo matchups because we can't board and snuff out. But like some pretty convincing matchup wins today. Like we blew out the bug player. We blew out. Actually, that's not true. The Cephalid Breakfast player we should have. The Cephalid Breakfast player we probably should have. What is it called? We probably there's an asterisk. We probably should have lost game one, and then game two. I forgot what happened. Where like they made a misplay game two. So asterisk on the first matchup. I felt pretty good otherwise. So it kind of evens out, right? We probably should have lost match one maybe, but probably should have won match four. Here's the list I played. I think I feel pretty good about it. The wasteland was pretty clutch. We killed the Tabernacle to unlock our mana, and then it just gives us something else to tutor for with white in the event we either draw the Saga or the Needle. So I think I like that angle of attack. The Fairy Macabre, maybe we don't need. I don't know. Against Reanimator, I feel like the fifth, free spell is pretty neat. That plays into Daze and plays into Force. It's a blowout. But the deck felt pretty good. Like won most of our matches 2-0, and then we lost game 2. I think it was in the fifth match, but that's because we missed board. We didn't know like whether they were on Fleshbreaker or not. Anybody have any questions for me? Here are my socials again. List played out really good though. I think we probably should have. Well, it's hard to say what would happen in match one, but we definitely should have won match 4. All right. And shout out to Evan for the raid. Anybody who's coming in from his stream, hopefully you enjoyed mine, and I'm always open to constructive criticism. But yeah, there were a few matchups. I don't know when you guys tuned in where like you stuck a white and the game was over. I just like called it on the spot. Assuming because then like my experience is if you untap with this card and you don't get comboed out, you're probably winning the game. All right. Any recommendations for raids? There's much draft going on. Dragonstorm cubing. Showcasing Pioneer. I guess the Pioneer Showcase is kind of cool. Maybe we'll do that. All right, I'm going to go with raid. Thank you everyone for hanging out, and hope you enjoyed the stream.